I want to see what this machine says.
Folks in this room in Centennial are about to get high.
Are you watching me eat?
The purpose might be different than you think.
I don't do sugar-coated candy.
Today, volunteers are taking edibles that work pretty quickly.
We're going to train you on how to do some of these roadsides.
Law enforcement officers are teaching employees in the cannabis industry
Again, I'm going to have you stay focused on the tip of my finger.
to spot impairment when someone might be too high to drive.
There was slight side-to-side and front-to-back swaying. There was some eyelid tremors.
We're not against use, we're against use and impairment while driving.
Glenn Davis is CDOT's highway safety manager, who also used to be in law enforcement. The agency was one of the hosts for today's demonstration.
When a state legalizes cannabis, the culture changes, and that will trickle down to the driving culture. What you have to do is you have a different type of public that uses cannabis, and it's distributed different. So what our office does is work with those organizations so they can give the message.
The fact that this is happening the day before 420 isn't by coincidence.
Look at the calendar. There are certain holidays that are high points, 4th of July, Memorial Day, but 420 is definitely part of that. And we know that we will have most likely increased testing that will come across our desk in the next few weeks to months because of 420.
Stephanie Olufsen has been a toxicologist with the Colorado Bureau of Investigation for nearly a decade. They test the blood of those arrested in a DUI.
Getting to be able to see people who have consumed and the effects on that individual are important, not just for the industry, but for law enforcement, but for toxicologists as well.
Left.
Hoping education promotes safety.
Okay, I'll let you go ahead and take a second. Let your eyes kind of rest for a moment. Okay.
Now, according to CDOT, as of 2022, more than 1/3 of all fatalities on Colorado roads involved an impaired driver. Deaths involving a driver who tested above the legal limit for active THC, that increased by 58% between 2020 and 2021, Kim.
It's the little subtle differences they're looking for, and also then that responsibility, like you would think anybody would cut somebody off if they're drinking too much.
Right, specifically in the eyes and the way that they move when it comes to someone under the influence of cannabis then. So really interesting stuff today.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear they're doing that. We always wonder about that. All right, thanks, Louise.